Corporate America. Can we talk about ageism? At some point, something just shifts. One day you're experienced, the next day you're experienced. Nothing is said out loud, not to your face anyway. No announcement, no email titled, "Important update about your value." It's just a vibe. Same resume, same skills, same outfit. Different in tone when people talk to you. Your experience doesn't disappear. It just gets treated like a liability. You start hearing phrases like still relevant, comfortable with change, open-minded, which is fascinating to those of us observant enough to see it, feel it. Because what they're really asking is, are you going to be difficult about this? Still relevant means prove you're not expired. Comfortable with change means, will you accept whatever we decide without pushback? And open-minded means, are you willing to pretend you haven't seen this exact strategy fail before? Spoiler, we have. And that's the problem. It's not that we can't keep up, it's that we remember. We remember when this was called something else, when it failed spectacularly, and when someone got a promotion anyway. But nobody wants to hear that. So instead, they smile politely and say things like, "We're looking for fresh perspectives," which is code for people who don't know enough to question this yet. I've actually been told to remove my earliest work history from my resume. It's no longer relevant, they say. How can your first adult jobs not be relevant? We talk about children being in their formative years during specific ages, right? Well, I believe that same theory exists in someone's first adult jobs. Those are your formative years as an adult in the workplace. That's where you learn how to work, how to listen, how to take feedback without spiraling, how to watch the older generation and think, oh, that's how you survive this. You don't erase childhood development, but corporate America, they're very comfortable erasing early adulthood. Just cut off the first 10 years like they don't shape who you are professionally. Like those years don't count because what, the software is different now? Never mind that those years taught you how to read a room, manage up, navigate office politics, and not send passive-aggressive emails you'll regret. Okay, maybe that last one is still a work in progress. But here's the thing. The social part of ageism, that's the one no one wants to talk about. You're suddenly in this weird space where you're old enough to be someone's parent, but you're young enough to get the joke. Except they don't realize that. So when you do get the joke and you chime in, they freeze. Like teenagers caught swearing in front of an adult. Not because the joke was bad, but because you weren't supposed to hear it. And that's not malicious, it's just automatic. You've been sorted into a category. Nice, but not one of us. You notice it in meetings too. You say something measured, thoughtful, experience-informed. It lands, and then gets repeated 5 minutes later by someone younger with more confidence and fewer receipts. Suddenly it's brilliant. And you're expected to smile like that didn't just happen. Like you didn't just watch your idea get rebranded and resold while you sat there nodding like a proud parent. But my personal favorite is when they ask, are you comfortable with change? Oh, am I comfortable with change? Let me think. We, Gen Xers, have been through more technological change than any generation currently alive in the workforce. That's not a flex. That's just the way it is. Are we good with change? We are change. We had no choice but to accept it. We created most of the change they're dealing with. So yeah, we're good with change. I'm good with change. We didn't adapt to technology. Technology adapted around us every 5 minutes. If there's one generation that's been dragged through change without consent, it's ours. We learned computers that required manuals, then computers that required updates, then computers that updated themselves, and then they broke anyway. We went from landlines to cell phones to smartphones to apps that update so often you can't find the button you need anymore. We've survived dial-up, MySpace layouts, Internet Explorer crashes, Windows Vista? We learned new software every 2 years because some executive decided we needed to streamline collaboration. We relearned how to do our jobs on new platforms while the platform was still glitching. We didn't resist change, we survived it, repeatedly, without a tutorial, without onboarding, and definitely without anyone asking if we were comfortable with it. And yet here we are, being asked if we can handle it, as if we haven't been handling it this entire time. The right companies don't ask if you're good with change. They ask how you survived it. And the wrong ones, they'll keep hiring potential while quietly recreating problems you could have spotted from 10 years away. That's not failure on the aging employee. That's the cost to the employer, to the manager, of pretending experience is optional. Because here's what they don't want to admit. We're not outdated. We're just harder to bullshit.
Pulse and call it home. Every chapter's got a sound, twisted tales that go around.